on with me here. Tonight, reviewing Navigation Brewery based in Nottingham. It's their Orange and Nutmeg Eclipse. I think that's what it said. 4.1%, so sessionable strength. There is writing on the back, so I'm going to try and read the writing with this lovely light of mine. So, stouts have a cloudy and often confusing history. First mentioned in the Egerton manuscripts in 1677, writings indicated that a stout was a strong but not dark beer. In 1721, porters emerged as a dark beer, and stout porters as dark beers of around 7 or 8% ABV. This is where the style becomes known for being a dark beer. Stouts became renowned for strong flavours and being dark in colour in the mid-late 16th century, where the style was known for its longevity and ability to withstand harsh climates during storage. Our stout is brewed with 11 malts to give a depth of flavour that is more usually associated with stronger beer. So this 4.1% stout is a pleasant surprise to the palate. Smooth, malty, rich and smoky. The citrus of the orange blends with the sweet spice of the nutmeg, leaving a refreshing spice. Hence why I wanted to try it, because it ticked all the boxes. Based in Meadow Lane in Nottingham, not far away from where I used to work for Rushcliffe Borough Council, really. So, Sunday evening, live review coming up after this, although you'll see it before this. The live review, that is. Unless you don't watch the live review, and you'll be watching this first. It's funny how it works, isn't it? So, what I try to do in my reviews, and, you know, yes, you're somebody who reviews beers. You can hurt companies by being, untruthful, and so, but what I want to do is do my best to support. They're all struggling at the moment. Companies are, and good beer deserves to be out there, doesn't it? Which is why on my website now, I'm actually making sure on the YouTube channel, that is, making sure that I'm 150 reviews in. I've got a long way to go. Going through, making sure that every single brewery has got its own playlist, and then eventually, it's going to take a month. I know it's going to be no easy slog, but once I've got it right, I will have a compilation of reviews, all pointing to each and every brewery that I've ever drank from. It should be amazing, some of the reviews might be older reviews where the picture quality wasn't as good and you ain't got the beer wall at the back of you. This is only a year-long thing, the beer wall. In fact, it's about 10 months the beer wall has been at the back. It was just a few beers behind me there at one stage. So lovely black pour, just slightly off white head. About 12mm head. Chocolatey on the nose. Oh, the nutmeg. I didn't smell it on the first run over of the nose, and then it came forward. Oh, and it's like the box ticker for me. It's like orange and nutmeg. Don't you love the beers these days? With some of the varieties are just outstanding. The beers of yesteryear, they're still around. They're still the most popular in supermarkets. But the craft stuff, wow, it's catching up at a speed. Oh, spicy, orange, chocolate, nutmeg. Oh, and with a roastiness as well that you expect from the stout. And complex notes from the malt. This is divine at this temperature, and that's with a few sips. Oh, the orange comes through right at the end, properly. Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Bloody hell. Got this in a beer haul from adventurebeer.com, beer.co.uk rather. If you type in adventure beers on Google, you'll see it. All round the Nottinghamshire area, middle of the country, obviously. If you live local, you get free deliveries over a certain 15 quid's worth. Obviously, Navigation Brewery, they sell their beers as well. But But, you know, going through Adventure means you get to look at beers from all over Nottinghamshire, and I've got to say, and, you know, the surrounding districts. And some belters. National delivery is £8, so yeah, it's a little bit more than what some places are offering. But when you see the beers, there are some outstanding beers. We are so fortunate to have top class breweries in Nottingham. Wow, you know. And it wasn't until I've known about some of these breweries, obviously, but it wasn't until I started to follow Adventure Beer about a year and a half ago now did I realise just how many there was, and how many there is, and more coming. Little shops, little micro shops doing their own beer. Home brewers, a place to brew. It's a local thing, and they're making their own beer. I'm not sure if they're selling it yet, but obviously so many beers. And the good thing is that there's somebody reviewing it, because it deserves to be reviewed. It deserves to be out there. And I count myself quite, what's the word? I find it great that somebody is actually reviewing these beers, because they need it, they deserve it. But what we also need is bottle shops around the country getting their beers from these fellas as well. And, you know, support him. Obviously, I know bottle shops can only take so much. My beer room would make a nice bottle shop, wouldn't it, really? Yeah, I won't sell them anyway, but they're mine. They're all for drinking by me. I have the odd one or two that are probably that I don't need to re-review, but on the whole, it's a great hobby. Oh, the taste. The nutmeg's just nice. You know, I've made beers and that, and I've gone overboard with the spices. And it can knacker things up if you do. And there's that thing, there's the line between enough subtle and then too subtle. I've drank a plummy beer from, you know, around these parts, and to me it was just a little bit too subtle. Then you look at the plum porters that the likes of Titanic and St. Peter's bring out. That's where they should be. You don't want anything above that, you know. That getting the subtleness right. But that's why there's craft brewers, isn't there? You know, these fellas and ladies all know their stuff, and it's a flipping great hobby to get into. And if you enjoy what you do, then that you create the best because you enjoy doing it. Yeah, cleaning out the drums, I suppose, is not the greatest of jobs, and doing all the canning can get a bit boring, I suppose, if you've got your own canning facilities. But you know, yeah, rough with the smooth. I have the rough with the smooth at my workplace. I'm turning sites that have not been looked after for 7 years, back into, apart from a bit of mowing and that. They haven't had a proper gardener there since they took over, because I'm a very different gardener to a lot of others, coming from an amenity horticultural background. And, you know, that thing of enjoying the work, doing the hard stuff first, so that the easy stuff comes to the front quite nicely. And spring's on its way. Let's hope we get a spring like last year. 1, it will dry the ground out. 2, it will bring plants on so much. And 3, but nice to turn the chuffing heating off. British Gas. Whoa, them gas companies. Disgusting. We need the celebrities of this country, MPs, anyone, to raise the voice and get it stopped. Disgusting. So, something that's not disgusting is this. Wow. You know, 4.5%, not really Raggy Avenue. Raggy Avenue is a term I use for the top class beers. You know, the ones that, I mean, let's be fair, we all like what we like. I can't tell anybody that that's the best beer. You know, I can say my opinion, and all reviewers are the same. They'll tell you their opinions, and you know, in their own you know, wait. But what I can say for me is absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful blending of the flavours, malt, chocolate, orange, nutmeg, and that roasty toastiness from the stout. Cheered me up anyway. Not that I needed cheering up, but yeah, lovely. Well played, Navigation Brewery. Oh. The chocolate and the nuttiness as well. So yeah, if you get this, anybody gets this, and make sure, if you can, try it. You know, if you see it, get it. I'm sure it'll be around the country if you do a Google. Lovely. Try it at room temperature though. Don't try it at shed temperature, as in the beer room. My actual, I mean, I look at some of the chaps on the internet, they've got their virtual pubs. This is pretty much near a pub as it is, really, you know. It was a great lockdown hobby. If lockdown did anything last year, that March lockdown, gave me the ability to build this beer wall and turn what was a bit of a bar. This is a bar here. This is where I am, and it's turned it into a proper room and more like a studio now, though, with these chuffing lights above my head. At least the picture quality is better. Right, get myself psyched up for the live. I've got to choose a beer. It's not easy at times choosing a beer. It's like, what do I drink tonight? And yeah, it's going to be interesting. So all the elements are there. Love the little backstory on the back, quite interesting. Local brewery, bought from Adventure Beer. Navigation Brewery is the brewery. Out of 5 for me. Ooh, absolutely barnstorming. 4.59 out of 5, which is a very good score. And that's it for this beer review. Thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and if you can, give us a like. And if you've watched this before and you aren't subscribed, give us a subscribe. You know, you'll like the reviews. Well, you may do, you may not. Cheers.